Actually, the whole world knows we are not separatist. And also many Chinese writers and thinkers, and also many Chinese students, when they have opportunity to know the reality, they're all very supportive and in fact very critical about their government policy. However, the Chinese government still accuse us we are splittist. Actually, we ourselves confused. Everybody now clearly sort of aware we are not splittist. But you see, the government, Chinese government, still accuse us as splittist. So I don't know. Then, as far as the militant, you mentioned, you referred militant, young Tibetan. Yes, not only young, but also among elders now who criticize about our approach. So these people now saying now we have to fight for complete independence, such as youth organization. But all these people firmly committed non-violent principle. Sometimes the Chinese government create some impression the Tibetan youth organization are terrorists. This is totally wrong. No proof. No basis. Maybe some individual just express some kind of violence, these things. This individual, but as an organization and a group of people, now for example, the recent meeting in Dharamsala, about 600 people from 19 countries, America, delegates, and gathered there, including youth, Tibetan youth, and also some individuals who very, very critical about our middle way approach. Now, actually met there, everybody enjoyed our equal sort of free discussion. Rinpoche, professor, as a elected political leadership since 2001. At the meeting, Rinpoche also just a simple Tibetan citizen. Equally sort of discussed. So they finally, after 6 days of discussion, at that time I deliberately avoid. If I go there, if I indicate my feeling, then that might be hindrance for their free expression. So finally, even those people, like because the youth organization and some individual who really, they fight for independence. Now their voice, these also, they firmly express their commitment for non-violence. So finally, although their sort of view also reflected, but majority of them, they endorsed our existent policy, middle way approach. So now here, and then after that, our international supporters sort of meeting in Delhi. How many delegates? About 100 delegates for 30 countries. 30 countries. A 3 days meeting in Delhi. So there are also some voice about independence, but majority again endorse our existing approach. So now here, so I'm happily come here with certain kind of authorization. Mandate. So like that. Next question.
Next person, please.
Henrik Hübschen from the Deutsche Welle. A question to both of you, if I may. You both mentioned the talks between the representatives of the Dalai Lama and the Chinese government that have been stopped. Would you say that those talks were only done by the Chinese government to calm criticism during the Olympic Games, or did they ever mean serious talks?
Immediately after 10th March crisis, unlike previous meeting, the Chinese government officially announced the meeting will take place. In fact, before that formal announcement publicly, the Chinese Foreign Ministry called ambassador in Peking of some countries, called in the ministry and informed they are going to meet Dalai Lama's representative. And then, just before President Hu Jintao visit to Japan, some Japanese correspondent, response to some Japanese correspondent, the Hu Jintao also acknowledged that the coming meeting. And he expressed seriousness. So at that time, we very much expected. Now, after 10th March crisis, the Chinese leadership may realize how serious inside Tibet. So then, if the Chinese government, you see, carry realistic approach about this crisis, then we are 100% ready to join, help them to cool down the situation. And actually, I offer through writing directly to Hu Jintao. We are ready to help cool down the situation, stop the demonstration, like that. But then the the propaganda continuously accuse us. Then it's very clear they are simply, I think, they do not want to talk with us. They believe just through suppression, under gun, they can they can solve this problem. That's a totally mistake. Now, nearly 60 years passed. At least 3-4 generations passed. The resentment from grandparent to parent, parent to children, children to grandchildren, continuously. So, therefore, the many Chinese thinkers or writers who use common sense, they support our way of approach. It's clear. So we are going to we are going to organize one meeting. Chinese scholars or Chinese brothers, sisters in free country, that we are now decide. And since 10th March, more than, as far as I know, more than 200 articles in Chinese language wrote by Chinese scholars or Chinese intellectuals. Everyone very, very supportive about our struggle and critical about government policy.